Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm MrRedClaw. Welcome back to an episode of Assetto Corsa. So we're back over here, well this time in Monaco over here, as you can see in the famous McLaren MP44, of course used during the 1988 season. And of course we're here in Monaco because, well, we're going to be trying, we're going to try and beat, or at least get as close as possible, probably the most famous qualifying laps of all time. But before we get into it, why not head down below, like and subscribe, as it does help out a lot. So of course it was Senna on pole in the McLaren Honda, 1.427 seconds ahead of his teammate Alain Prost in the same car. Yeah, that's a huge difference. I really can't really think of any kind of difference, well, this big. Kind of like nowadays with like two top drivers in the best of cars with such a huge gap between them. Now you might think the gap to Senna's teammate Prost was big, and well it is, 1.4 seconds is quite a lot. But the gap to the person in third place, who in this case was Gerhard Berger in the Ferrari, was 2.6 seconds. So that is 2.6 seconds from first place to third place. Down to 10th place was actually 4.3 seconds, so absolutely huge gaps to literally everyone on the field. Now Senna has the most wins at Monaco with, I'm pretty sure it's either 5 or 6, I'm pretty sure it is 6, so the most out of everyone ever. But actually on that day it wasn't him who took first place, it was actually his teammate Alain Prost, after Senna actually, apparently it says, lost concentration, and he span his McLaren into the barrier, and he basically damaged his front wing and front suspension, I'm pretty sure. And basically that was it for his race, with, of course, Prost taking the win from Gerhard Berger and Alboreto taking third place in the other Ferrari. Now this is also the year that Senna actually won the World Championship with having less points. It was 94 to 105, but of course they took away like a couple worst races and ended up being 90 points to 87 in Senna's advantage, so that made him actually win the championship with actually having less points overall, which is, well, something you don't see these days and you only saw once. Now the time we have to beat is a 1:23.998. So yeah, quite fast. I was practicing, and the closest I got is a 1:29.027. I'm pretty sure, which is, to be honest, 6 seconds. Well, nearly 5 seconds actually. Well, quite amazing, to be honest, to get that close within Senna's pole time. Of course, I'm just here behind my computer, not having to worry about crashing or anything, and they actually had to do this in real life, which was probably, it was definitely a lot more challenging than this. So I guess we're going to see how close I can get, see if I can beat my 1:29 second time, and, well, I guess, well, let's go. So of course I'm also using the 1988 version of Monaco over here. As you can see, this kind of chicane is, well, definitely a lot more different back then to what it is nowadays. And basically, well, the biggest change is kind of turn 1, that chicane back there, and then kind of sector 3 over here. It's definitely a lot tighter, kind of, than it is now. Definitely had to kind of get used to it, as, yeah, just different to what it is nowadays, what I'm used to. And the pits, it kind of enter the same place, kind of, but they do look kind of different. So across the line over here, it's going to be my first time. It wasn't really the best. It's a 1:30.599. So that is actually, luckily I've got damage off over here. So that was already, well, quite close, but, well, we'll definitely need to get a little bit closer if we want to, or we need to go a little bit faster if we want to beat Senna's pole time over here. Now, another thing that I do kind of like see whilst driving this car is, well, it kind of feels a lot more open. There seems to be a lot more place, but I think that is just because this car is just quite, well, a lot smaller than the Formula 1 cars of, well, like nowadays. And it feels like there's just so much space over here, and well, that's because of the car just being so small, I guess. And the track is a little bit different, but I think most of that change is literally just the car being so much smaller. Okay, so I'm going to do what I did for the last couple of kind of videos and kind of talk you through my lap over here. That was definitely not the way to go past turn 1 over there. But as you blast up the hill, of course, the turbo kicking in, it's at 100%. You've got to watch out over here because the tyres kind of will make you slide almost. That's probably just kind of me getting it wrong. This bump doesn't feel as pronounced on this kind of version of the map. I'm not really sure if it's just the kind of like this map's fault, or maybe it just was like that back then. As we go past the hairpin over here, get past, you kind of want to stay with first gear through here. Or at least I found that that's what works best for me. As we're definitely not on my best lap over here. I've definitely put in a better lap during like my kind of practice. When I was just making sure everything works over there. And yeah, you kind of broke a little bit too late over there. But you need to kind of watch out for that. Over here, kind of through second gear. Kind of got to watch out for the car not to slide. And through over here. We're actually kind of gaining time over here somehow as we kind of brush past the wall over there. Over here, you're going to watch out as we hit the wall once again. This definitely isn't the best lap, but it's kind of seeing what it's like from the cockpit over here as we brush the wall over there. So definitely not the best of laps, probably quite a terrible lap to be honest. Still going to be a 1:30.5 .894, so not the best, but not the worst. But yeah, I can definitely go a couple seconds quicker, I think. So I guess right now you can see how this car looks like going around the circuit, and I'm going to try and put in a couple more faster laps. So there we go, across the line, 1.7 second improvement, so I definitely had it in me to go faster. Now that's a 1:28.848, so that's actually faster than what I got in kind of like my practice over there. And that leaves us about 5 seconds from Senna's pole time, which to be honest is still, well, absolutely far away, I guess. That is what the gap was to 17th place. Let's see who actually had the closest time to me. A 1:28.8. Looking over here, not really seeing any, but I guess the Benetton driver over here, 4.6 seconds away from Senna. About 2 tenths faster than me, but still, for me, that is still massively close to that pole time over there. Probably the most kind of like magical pole of all time in Formula 1. And the car absolutely looks and sounds amazing around the track. So I'm going to give myself a couple more laps just to see if I can improve on that anymore. And yeah, I guess we'll see if I can get any closer. So there we go, across the line. Oh, even later on the brakes this time. A 1:27.163. So that is even closer than before by 1.7 seconds nearly. Excuse the wheel, it does not like going over that rock over there, I'm guessing. So this is definitely a lot faster. Now we would actually kind of be... but with this time, if we qualified all the way back in 1988, we would actually be in 4th place, actually, in between Gerhard Berger and Alboreto, which, to be honest, still about 3 seconds-ish away from Senna's pole time, but to be honest, all things considered, quite close, to be honest, and, well, P4 on that day if, well, we drove there, but, yeah, no. But there you go. I think that is going to be as close as I can get without spending a lot more time on this map, on this track, I was meant to say. But yeah, definitely getting used to the layout a lot more once I've driven it a couple of times, and I could definitely get a 1:26, if not even close. So maybe beat the pole time, but maybe we'll come back to this some other day. But for now, that is going to be it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.